Through our experiences with drug treatment courts and mental health courts, we've started to think more broadly about alternatives to incarceration courts that would not be constrained to people with diagnosed addictions or illnesses. We can adapt the principles that undergird our successes in those areas to persons in trouble for whom a non-carceral alternative might provide a superior solution. One such court is the Manhattan Felony Alternative to Incarceration Court, or sometimes called the ATI Court, in New York County Supreme Court. Developed in collaboration with court stakeholders, the court provides individualized programming and rigorous supervision to felony participants who do not fit neatly into other problem-solving courts. By focusing on the whole person and addressing mental health, substance use, employment, housing, social supports, and more, the ATI Court seeks to reduce recidivism and build safer and healthier communities. At the same time, it seeks to reduce case backlogs by facilitating the early resolution of felony cases. Here to introduce that court and another story with a happy ending is Mr. Joseph Barrett, the project director of Manhattan Justice Opportunities, a program of the Center for Justice Innovation.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Judge Wilson, for inviting me to introduce the Manhattan Felony Alternative to Incarceration, or ATI, Court. Launched in 2019, it is the first all-purpose felony ATI court in the country, creating alternatives to incarceration for all types of felony cases, including violent offenses. Expanding on the principles of specialized drug and mental health courts, the court has no charge or need-based eligibility criteria. The court has scaled quickly and successfully. In the 5 years since it was established, it has grown to an average daily docket of 400 cases and nearly 200 successful completions. It has prevented literally hundreds of years of incarceration. But more importantly, the court has helped people make countless positive changes in their lives, from securing jobs and housing to progressing in treatment to rebuilding relationships. And yet, we know that there is a need to scale further. Each month, prosecutors and defense attorneys jointly refer more cases than we can serve, and so some people must wait months to begin programming. With greater resources, we could begin working on referred cases more quickly and ultimately serve an even greater percentage of felony cases in Manhattan. Collaboration has been the key to the ATI Court's success. Judge Ellen Bybin, with the support of the unified court system, spearheaded this effort and provides direct oversight from the bench, bringing compassion and rigor to each case. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office reviews every felony case to identify and assess whether the person charged can be safely supported in the community. Under DA Alvin Bragg, it has provided over $2 million in funding to scale this initiative so that as many appropriate cases as possible can be diverted. The Office of the Special Narcotics Prosecutor, under Bridget Brennan, also screens and identifies appropriate cases and has provided funding to support the court's expansion. The Manhattan Defense Providers, the Legal Aid Society, New York County Defender Services, Neighborhood Defender Service of Harlem, and the 18B panel advocate for their clients' needs and support engagement. My amazing team at the Center for Justice Innovation conducts clinical assessments, prepares individualized treatment plans, and provides ongoing care coordination and monitoring for every case. And numerous community-based providers offer substance use treatment, mental health services, housing, employment, and more. Each partner brings its own expertise and perspective to achieve a common goal: to build stability and prevent future arrests. While our success is due in large part to this collaboration, it's equally due to the participants themselves. The ATI Court would be nothing without people to serve. People who have committed crimes and who want to take accountability. People who are willing to work hard. People who are looking to change their lives. The ATI Court gives them that opportunity. We're extremely lucky to have one of those people here today. To share her story of resilience and determination, it's my great pleasure and honor to introduce Ms. Ronette Cordett.
Thank you. Thank you so much to everyone. Everyone looks very beautiful. Thank you. My name is Ronette Cecilia Catherine Cordett. I am an artist. I am a survivor. I am here today to tell you about my experience going through ATI court. For you to understand where I ended up in ATI court, I need to start my story at the beginning. I was born in the Bronx, raised in Manhattan, and I had many struggles in my childhood. My mom didn't have custody over my 3 older siblings. They lived with my aunt. Living alone with my mom was very hard. We didn't get along, and she didn't watch over me. I was lonely and started to get into trouble. My mom sent me away to boarding school in Massachusetts, where I was abused. That added to the trauma of my childhood. And when I got home from boarding school, I didn't have a stable place to live. I went from shelter to shelter. I was arrested many times, which resulted in some misdemeanor convictions. I was full of pain and sadness. I was having medical and mental health issues. I was in so much pain I didn't think I would survive. That's when I ended up in court on a felony robbery charge. When I learned about ATI court, I wanted to have my case transferred there. I thought it was my best chance to get my help I needed. Each time I was in court, I started to feel seen. Judge Barrett cared about me and always asked, "Do you have anything to say?" And that let me speak from my heart and be remorseful for what I have done. As part of my mandate, I took services at Fortune Society. I started with an anger management class, but I wanted to do more. So I started GED classes and therapy. The most healing thing for me at Fortune was their arts program. I wrote poetry, I planted in a garden, I saw shows on Broadway, I learned skills that helped me express my pain through art and that helped my soul heal. Rediscovering the joy of expressing myself through my clothes I wear. I always knew I was a beautiful person, but was traumatized and angry. ATI Court and Fortune gave me a second chance to show who I really was without anger and to be productive in society. Last August, I graduated from ATI Court. I wore a beautiful black and white hat with a matching jacket. Okay. I remember feeling different than the woman who started 3 years before. I felt that the people at court knew I was more than my trauma. They knew who Ronette was. They knew I had gone through hard times, but that I could be successful. It took a lot of hard work to get to my graduation day, but when I got there, I was a day for celebrations and smiles. Today, I have my own apartment, I have a stable job, I have my new computer, and I use it to take classes. I love to cook. I still go to Fortune, and I am taking a computer class, so one day I can work in an office. My relationship with my mom is healing, and I still have support from people I met at ATI Court. My social worker, Taylor, came with me today to Albany to support me. Thank you. Here's the best news. I'm going to be a mom in the spring. My baby boy is due in the spring. I am on a path for a better life for both of us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who made ATI Court possible. Thank you.